Hi everybody, I'm Meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with an update on the storms that we've seen out across parts of southeast Texas so far this evening. We're going to start with the city view first, just because if you live in the city, if you live in the loop, or at least within the Beltway, we really haven't seen anything at all through the entire day. We had a lot of sunshine this afternoon. That got temperatures to the mid and upper 80s. But you don't have to look that far to see where we have seen some rain and some storms up on the northwest edge of Harris County, places like Cypress, up through Tomball, and then into the Spring area, and then even beyond that, especially areas well north of the city. We're talking about places like Conroe, getting into Huntsville, Lake Livingston. So these are the areas that have really seen the most rain so far through the course of the day. Still right now at 8:30 at night, we're still seeing heavy rain, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder with these storms, but nothing severe. Really just been some really heavy rain producers, maybe a couple of gusty thunderstorms, but that's been about the extent of the activity so far this evening. So you can see it's all kind of lifting to the north and east. It's moving very slow, which means that we're seeing a lot of rain come down in a pretty small window of time. But I think areas like Huntsville, you're starting to dry things out now, with the worst of it just pushing off towards the north and east. A little farther to the south, Conroe, you're still seeing some rain right now, but I think the worst of this has now moved off towards the north and east as well. New Waverly, you're slowly starting to dry out also. And then out towards Grimes County, you know, we're looking at totally dry conditions. We had some downpours earlier in the evening. That has all since kind of wrapped up. Farther down to the south, Katy, you've been in and out of the rain. Areas like Cinco Ranch, you had some showers earlier. That's since wrapped up. This city, though, has stayed dry, and then all of these storms have just continued to lift off towards the north and east. So again, we're looking at quiet conditions right now in Katy, but we've got more kind of upstream down towards the south and west that's moving in your direction. So I think more so on the west side of Katy is where you're seeing the most of the rain, basically between Katy and Sealy. These have been the rain totals for the last 12 hours, so pretty much the entire day today. Big bullseye here just to the north, on the north end of Lake Livingston, closing in on 4 to 5 inches of rain. This is radar estimated, by the way. A little farther to the south here around New Waverly, we've seen 3.5 inches of rain. But then some areas haven't seen that much. Southwestern portions of Montgomery County, about an inch of rain. That's not bad. A little farther down to the south and west, notice Houston, the city itself, we've seen nothing today. 60% rain chance. We haven't seen a drop. Same deal out towards places like Sugar Land, getting into Brazoria County. A lot of Galveston County has been dry, but it's been areas to the north and west of Harris County and this city that have seen 1.5 to 3 inches of rain over the last 12 hours. So yeah, we've seen some decent storms, again, west of the city so far. Now, whether or not these actually make it to the city of Houston remains to be seen, but I do think there's a chance. Either way, though, these shower and storm chances will start to wrap up later on tonight. Here's the catch. This frontal boundary that's producing all of this rain will start to actually stall out across the area. So that'll keep the cloud cover and the off and on storm chances in play for us on Monday. By the time we get to Tuesday, though, I think this boundary starts to kind of fall apart. And so we lose the focus for the rain chances. I don't think we see totally dry weather. There's still a storm chance on Tuesday, but we see more sunshine and much, much drier conditions than what we've seen so far today and what we're going to see for tomorrow. So there's a snapshot tomorrow morning, 8 to 9 o'clock, a couple downpours out there. I want you to focus on the city and points south for rain chances, because watch this, as we go through the day, areas north and west catch a break. So places like Huntsville, Brenham, Columbus, I think you're dry for tomorrow. City of Houston, though, in and out of the downpour chances, same out towards the coast. I do think by the evening, everybody not only dries out, but we clear out. We're going to have a beautiful evening coming up as we get into Monday. And then the humidity starts to surge back with the cloud cover as we get to Tuesday morning. But Tuesday afternoon looks just as nice. We'll see mainly sunny skies, maybe a few spotty downpours as we get into the afternoon, but that will be it. So as we look ahead to the rain chances for the upcoming week, there's 2 days that really stand out. It's going to be Monday with a 60% rain chance and Wednesday with a 50% rain chance. Everything else pretty much in the isolated category at 30%. So it's Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Rain chances go down quite a bit. And the good news is that it looks like they go down even more as we go beyond that into next weekend. So for Monday, we'll call it mainly cloudy. But again, once you go north and west of Harris County, I think we see better chances of seeing sunshine. Whereas if you're in the city and down towards the coast, more cloud cover, 60% rain chance. Only a 30% chance then mid-80s for your Tuesday, and then back to more clouds, showers and storms possible for Wednesday before we start to trend drier as we get into the end of the week and the weekend. So that's the latest. Nothing severe, no flooding concerns, still some storms that are ongoing north of the city. All of that, though, should start to slowly wrap up in the next few hours, probably not before some of us go to bed, and then we'll kind of do this again as we get into your Monday. We'll have a full breakdown and the latest model data. New model data runs expected to come in between now and 10 o'clock. We'll have all that information coming in for you on the KHOU 11 News at 10, and we'll see you then.